Hello, this is Mary Lane from the Buying Space channel. Today I am reading Second John in the three chapters of John in the back of the Bible. The back of the Bible past, in the New Testament, past Hebrews. I believe it's past Hebrews. Yes, it's past Hebrews. So it's in the latter part of the New Testament. I'm reading from the King James Version of the Bible. In the front of the New Testament are the four Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'm also doing a series on the four Gospels. So if you look at my page, you'll find those too. Second John is a very short book. And it doesn't even have chapters. It just has 13 verses. So I'm going to read to you from 2 John, starting in verse 1. The elder unto the elect lady and her children, whom I love in truth, and not only I, but also all they that have known the truth, for the truth's sake, which dwelleth in us, and shall be with us forever. Grace be with you, Mary, and peace, from God the Father, and from the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of the Father, in truth and love. I rejoice greatly that I found of thy children walking in the truth, as we have received a commandment from the Father. And now I beseech thee, lady, not only though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. It is the commandment that is, as we have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. Look to yourselves. We have loosed not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive in full reward. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God. He that had abided in the doctrine of Christ, he had both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not unto your house, neither abide him Godspeed. For he that bideth him Godspeed is a partaker of his evil deeds. Having many things to write unto you, I would not write within the paper and ink, but I trust to come unto you and speak face to face, that our joy be made full. The children of thy elect sister greet thee. Amen. I want to reread a verse. I did this in another Bible reading recently. I'm going to read verse 11 again. 10 and 11. 2 verses. If there come any unto you, and bring not his doctrine, receive him not unto your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that abideth in him Godspeed is a partaker of his evil deeds. So that means you are to alienate or have a least amount of contact with people that do evil, that do not follow God's commandments. So that way, if you know someone is a liar or a thief or is a bully or does anything violates the Ten Commandments or the doctrine of God in any way, that you shouldn't have anything to do with them, much less give them Godspeed. You're kind of giving them a blessing to continue to do wrong if you don't let them know that you can't greet them, you can't have them in your home, you can't have anything to do with them. Because what are the consequences of people doing wrong to other people? If you have someone in your household or in your family or in your circle of friends that's doing something like being neglectful of their children, you're giving them a blessing. But you're giving them a blessing for what they're doing. So if we all stood firm and said, you're not welcome at the table if you continue to do this, how much of the world's ills would be solved by someone just speaking up to another person and saying, I can't give you Godspeed. I can't give you my blessing. I can't be a true friend to you, or even a friend, because you are violating God's commandments. How much would that change the world in itself? And people would start being good. Or more people would start being good. Wow, that would just totally change the world. One person at a time. That would just be awesome. I'm just trying to imagine that in my mind. What the world would look like if we were intolerant of people that just lied. That just cheated. I mean, even if it was just $1 or $2, people would have to confess, and they would have to change that behavior of not cheating other people. Because if you reinforce and back up people that do things that are wrong, then it's like you're doing it. But please, absolutely make sure that you know that this person is doing this. Don't take the word of another person that someone's a liar or a deceiver or a thief or worse. This is something you have to have proof of or witnessed. This can't be like third-party information that with no proof that the person is that way. You have to know for sure that they're a liar. You can't just take somebody's word for it. Don't listen to idle gossip. Gossip in itself is wrong. I had a friend earlier this year that said this thing about another friend. And I absolutely took it to the other friend. And I found out that the original person wasn't my friend. They were just pointing me like a weapon to the other person to get me to go and mess up his wheelhouse, so to speak, to cause drama. And I didn't do it. And I told the other party. And the truth came out. That person was just trying to cause that other person trouble continuously out of jealousy. And I'm not friends with that person anymore. That first person that called me or texted me and said, oh, so-and-so did such and such to you. I stopped and investigated it first and found out the truth. I mean, he got my blood pressure up and I was like, ooh, that he did that to me. And then I found out the truth about the situation. And he was just manipulating me to try to go make me wreck this other person. And they didn't deserve it. Matter of fact, the other person is one of the nicest people I've ever met. So, but the other person was just jealous. Don't let people use you. Somebody comes to you and says another person's done something, check it out. So, in reference to those two verses, absolutely positively know that the person has sinned and is doing this bad behavior before you ostracize them. Have a discussion with them about it. And if they don't want to talk to you about it, you have no choice. But go to them first. And going to them first is not an invitation for them to talk to you. You have to make the effort to go to the person. You have to know for sure. Because you should not accept it as truth unless you know for sure. If third-party gossip is not proof. Just because one person says something about another person doesn't make it true. People have different motivations that maybe you're not even aware of to damage someone else. That they're jealous of that person, or something about that person triggers them that they have no control over. If I sound like somebody's mother on here when I do my Bible readings, some people may react badly to that if they had a bad relationship with their mother. If my voice sounds like your mother and your relationship with your mother was wonderful or is still wonderful, then, maybe you like my Bible readings because I remind you of someone good in your life. But if it's that I remind you of someone bad in your life and you're being subconsciously triggered by that, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to change my voice or my tone or my inflection or anything because someone has PSTD from their childhood. The old adage, you can't please everybody. Obviously, please don't watch me if the sound of my voice causes you anguish. Please do seek out the word somewhere else. Because I want everyone to hear the word. But if for some reason you automatically don't like my voice or me, please find the word somewhere else. Please don't try to be my friend or pretend to be my friend. Don't even try to pretend to be my friend for any reason. But please just move on. There's no reason to, say bad things. There's no reason to bully me. There's no reason to do anything. Just move on. Because if you're going to bully me or harass me because of something that was completely out of my control, you're not my friend. I don't want you here. Don't transgress against me because of another situation. If there was some situation where you needed to speak up against someone and you didn't, don't make up for that fact by, calling me out when you needed to call someone else out. Don't fulfill that need that was with someone else, that you should have done with someone else, with me. I'm not that person that did that to you. I understand you need to get that off your chest. But attacking someone that's innocent, that wasn't involved in the original situation, is not the way to handle it. You're just passing on that hatred and that hurt to someone that doesn't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I'm an honest individual and I have done nothing wrong. And I'm being punished because someone in their past did something wrong. Not just to them, but to everybody, to a bunch of people. And that's not my fault. That person needs to look in the mirror and say, why am I bullying this person? You shouldn't be bullying anyone. But you should think about, why am I doing that to her? She's been nothing but kind. But it's time to move on with my morning. If you like my Bible readings, give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, hit the all bell, and you'll hear all my Bible readings. If you like the Bible readings but you don't like the soapbox part, as I continue, if I read beyond or speak beyond the scriptures, stop listening at that point. When I go back to reread that verse that I want to make comments about, well, listen to the verse I'm repeating, but you don't have to listen to my editorializing afterwards either, if you want to just hear the word. So, that's all I have for today from Second John, and we are done with Second John because it's only these 13 verses. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.